His grappling is good. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's got a really dangerous guard. He's an athletic kid. He's hungry, and he's got a hell of a haircut here. He's gonna come into this bout with a lot of confidence. If Paddy gets on your back, or if you make a mistake with Paddy, he could sub you. Okay, boys and girls, welcome back to Uncle Red's channel. Let's get serious. UFC 314 is this weekend, and this video is brought to you by PrizePicks. So simple. Go to the App Store, download PrizePicks, use code TIMBO when you sign up. You can pick more or less on your favorite players in the NBA, NHL, UFC for a chance to win 100 times your money. It's a real fun way to watch sports. Make sure you take a peek at my stories on Snapchat at TimWelchMT or Instagram at TimWelchMT, and I'm going to be giving out my picks. And keep an eye out for final predictions video later this week. That's PrizePicks, code TIMBO. Place a $5 lineup for new users. You'll get $50, no strings attached, to make yourself some picks. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how legit is Paddy the Baddy Pimblett. Okay, Paddy the Baddy, he's got a record of 22 wins and 3 losses. He's 30 years old, and he's got a hell of a haircut here, but he's on a good win streak. He's on a fat win streak, and his last fight was Bobby Green. Fight before that, Tony Ferguson and Jared Gordon. Against Bobby Green, he looked like he had the biggest improvement I've seen from him in the UFC. His grappling is good. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's got a really dangerous guard. He's an athletic kid. He's hungry. He's going to come into this bout with a lot of confidence. He's taken on Michael Iron Chandler, an explosive Division I wrestler. He throws bombs. He throws heavy shots from his hips. He's an explosive athlete that is in shape and ready to go year round. He trains like an absolute professional. He's got 23 wins and 9 losses. He's got 11 KOs, 7 submissions. He is 38 years old. Now, Michael Chandler, he's 1-4 in his last 5. But look at the guys he's fighting here. He took Charles Oliveira to a 5-round decision. Dustin Poirier got submitted by Dustin Poirier, made a mistake. KO kicked, front kicked Tony Ferguson, and then he lost the decision to Justin Gaethje. Before that, he got TKO'd by Charles Oliveira. And before that, he beat Dan Hooker. So he's 1-4 in his last 5. Again, he's fighting the most elite guys on the planet Earth right now. Paddy Pimblett fighting Bobby Green, Tony Ferguson. Jared Gordon was smacking him with a left hook. Every time Paddy Pimblett in his previous fights throws his left hand, throws a jab, his right hand comes to his armpit and his chin floats up. Michael Chandler walks forward into those right hands and just bombs those overhand lefts. Throws hooks from his hips, and he throws punches full power. Loses balance, he's off balance, but he's throwing these things to absolutely kill you. Let's take a peek here at Paddy Pimblett's previous fight versus Bobby Green and see if we can see any holes or how legit is Paddy Pimblett. Okay, so this fight went down July 27th, 2024, and this was a big step up. Bobby Green is a vet. Let's see what happens in this bout. Bobby Green's hard to fight. Anyone you fight who fights with their hands that low, it's tricky because you don't see those punches coming. They come from all different angles when they're fighting from that low. Paddy coming out, expecting Bobby Green to talk and not getting emotional. Anytime these guys are talking to you in fights, they're trying to get you emotional. They're trying to get you to load up and be really stiff on your punches. Now look here. One thing Paddy does, he does float his chin. He floats his chin above his shoulder line. So his chin is there to get hit. He's got a good beard. But remember, I think he said no Scouser's going to get knocked out. And he's going against Bobby Green here. Leg kick to the stick. And Bobby Green, again, he's a funky guy to fight. And he has good wrestling too. Weird. It's going to be hard to mimic this guy's style in the gym. So Paddy looks physically better than he's ever looked. He used to fight at featherweight in Cage Warriors, and now this is a fight where he looked just stout and he looks fit. He looks like he's growing into a man, and he looks like he's taking it real serious. That's one thing about Paddy that was one of his weaknesses. Out of fight camp, when he blows up to 200 pounds, out of fight camp is usually where you're really improving your skills. In fight camp, you're getting in shape for your fight. You're sparring, you're trying to get in shape for your fight. So you're not getting a lot of improvement in fight camp. You're getting in shape. And that's one thing about Paddy. I was like, if this guy's going to compete with some of these elite guys, he's going to have to take it serious and be elite and live like an elite athlete out of fight camp. And this is the first fight it looks like he kind of did. He had some big improvements. So again, Michael Chandler is one of those guys who changes levels. He'll punch hard to your body. He'll throw a 2 to your body, and then he'll step low to your body and throw hooks over the top. And is Paddy going to be able to push off his front foot and float out of distance? Or is he going to have to eat one of those right to the lips? Remember, Scousers don't go down. Now he is just floating that chin to the ceiling. Floating the chin to the ceiling. See, you're loosening each other up here. Orthodox. He's looking to chop the sticks. Bobby Green, when he walks around, he's not really on the balls of his feet. He's real flat-footed. Southpaw stomping the knee. And Paddy's just kind of feeling him out. Trying to chop his stick down a bit. He's got his cornrows in. So he's ready to go. I wish he'd fight with his Lloyd Christmas. That would be even way more fire if he fought with the Lloyd Christmas. Stomping the leg. Paddy's floating out nicely. And yeah, this is the first fight where it looks like he's actually a good lightweight. So this is a good shot here. Common thing people do here is as soon as he throws this leg kick, Bobby Green initiates a shot. Look, and he initiates a good shot. And so when you throw this kick and throw a leg kick and they dive in for the shot, look at his hips are completely square here. Hips are completely square, so that's going to make him get into a good shot. But look at Paddy, has a good reaction. Sprawls his hips back. Gets a good bite on this head and arm guillotine. And that's important. I say it all the time. I've made mistakes in the past, and I try to just grill it into my students. When you're doing guillotines, on your way down, you don't want to guess on the guillotine, like hoping you're having the grip when you hit the back. You want to have the grip, use the guillotine to sprawl, and then you can go for your guillotine. And Paddy does an excellent job at this. Now look, this is important. Bobby Green's on the single leg, and he needs to keep circling on that single leg. Sit him down to his butt and make sure he beats that Paddy Pimblett's left leg here. But Paddy does a good job, jumps full guard, and Bobby Green tries to beat his left leg. He tries to beat his left leg and get his hips on the opposite side of his head. But look at Paddy, does a good job here. He's trying to, Bobby Green, the back of his head is showing. So on a guillotine, you want to sit your chest up over the back of their head. You don't want the back of their head to show. Most people think in a guillotine, you just lean back and crank like this. That's an improper way to do it. You want to keep the back of their head covered. So Bobby is damn near out of this. But notice Paddy's right leg. Paddy's right leg's already over the top, so he's going to be able to combo this with a triangle right away. He moves the triangle quickly and makes a fast adjustment. Strong legs. Gets his right foot all the way under his knee, and it's important in these triangles that you have your right foot flexed too. It's not just a loose foot. Right foot flexed, then your calf's going to be engaged, your legs are going to be engaged, the triangle's going to be real strong. And Bobby Green's doing a good job trying to pass. He's trying to pass the right way. But you know, Paddy Pimblett is confident in this, and it's early in the fight. Early in the fight when people are dry, it's a lot easier to finish these subs. And Bobby Green's bald. He's a bald fella. Usually he should be able to slip out of this, but it shows you how good and how strong Paddy Pimblett's triangle is. So he locks up a clean triangle here, and it's tight. It's tight. He has the option for the armbar if he wants the armbar. Bobby Green's looking to stand up. Paddy Pimblett automatically, as soon as Bobby Green stands up, look at Paddy Pimblett's right hand goes right under his leg. Right hand goes right under his leg. So now if he tries to lift him and slam him, he's going to be lifting up his own body weight. A perfect angle here for Paddy Pimblett. Locks up the triangle even tighter. And he's squeezing hard. Moves the arm bar. Cranking the arm. And passes Bobby Green out. And about snaps his arm and lays him flat there. That was just a clean triangle. beautiful. It was beautiful. Let's look at it one more time here. Bobby falls into the double leg. Paddy gets the grip, jumps guillotine, jumps it over his right arm automatically. Bobby pops out and he goes quick with the triangle. Smacks him with the elbow and then looks to adjust his triangle. Real tight. Last ditch effort. You can tell this is getting so tight. Bobby's losing all of his blood right now, cutting off the blood flow. So he looks to stand up for a last ditch effort. Slick jiu-jitsu by Paddy here. Right hand goes under the leg. Perfect. Bobby passes out, cranks the arm bar, and that would have snapped his stick right off. Thank God the ref stopped that. And that was just a beautiful, beautiful triangle. Michael Chandler, you saw him against Charles Oliveira. He's not an easy guy to sub. He's not an easy guy to control. Charles had his back early on. He's very explosive. He trains at Killcliff, so he's training with Gilbert Burns. He's training with good jiu-jitsu guys. He can't make a mistake though. He still cannot make a mistake. I do think that this fight, it's a 5-round co-main event, which is a big step up too. Paddy Pimblett's gone 5 rounds before. He's gone 5 rounds against like Julian Erosa at 145 in Cage Warriors. Michael Chandler's used to going 5 rounds. His last fight, he went 5 rounds with Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira couldn't sub him. That's why I think it's going to be hard for Paddy Pimblett to sub him, but you can't count him out. You can't count him out. If Paddy gets on your back, or if you make a mistake with Paddy, he could sub you. I think he's going to have a very tough time submitting Michael Chandler. But I've been wrong before. So how legit is Paddy Pimblett? He's legit. And I do think just even in that fight, it looks like he's improved a lot. This is going to be a big step up for him. Michael Chandler is going to be the most explosive elite athlete he has ever fought. So let's see what happens. It goes down UFC 314 in Miami, Florida. We will be there, but we'll be there just for the press conference. We're doing the press conference, Merab and Sugar, and we're coming back right after because I have about 40, 50 students competing in jiu-jitsu that Saturday, and then we're moving the dojo. So big weekend, UFC 314. I cannot wait. Paddy Pimblett versus Michael Chandler, huge fight. Let's end it with this. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help me out. And comment below, who do you think is going to win this bout? Iron Michael Chandler versus Paddy the Baddy. Let me know.